If you're a fan of hardcore extraction shooter games like Escape from Tarkov or Grey Zone Warfare, but also of hardcore fantasy games like Dark Souls and Elden Ring, then you're going to really like Mistfall Hunter. Basically, if you're a masochist, you're really going to like Mistfall Hunter. I have played almost 5,000 hours in Tarkov and love the hardcore extraction genre, so I had to check this game out. In this video, I'm going to review Mistfall Hunter through the lens of a Tarkov main and discuss what I liked, what I didn't like, how they're the same, how they're different, and ultimately whether or not I suggest moving this game from your Steam wishlist to your cart. All of the footage in this video is from my personal playthrough, and no, I was not paid for this video, and I am not in any way sponsored by or affiliated with the developers of Mistfall Hunter. Let's get into it. First of all, what is Mistfall Hunter? Mistfall is a third-person dark fantasy PvPvE extraction ARPG developed by Bellring Games. Set in a ruined world consumed by the mysterious Gildan Mist, players become immortal guild hunters and enter dangerous regions that are filled with corrupted monsters, powerful bosses, valuable loot, and other players. The core gameplay loop revolves around exploring, fighting, collecting weapons and resources, and successfully extracting before everything you found is lost. Players can play solo or with a team, choose from multiple character classes, and create specialized builds by combining weapons, armor, skills, talents, and gear. Mistfall Hunter essentially blends dark fantasy ARPG combat with class-based progression and the high-risk, high-reward structure of an extraction game. The game starts with some very solid character customization and class selection. The number of options it gives you here is good enough. There is plenty of variety to control and choose how you look. The classes are basic, but also don't worry, you are not locked into any of these forever. If you choose a ranged build and then change your mind and decide you just want a giant sword, you can change classes at any time by speaking with the woman named Dew inside your camp. Now, although the gameplay and aesthetic is dark fantasy, it is also very much Tarkov adjacent, as you're gonna see. The area that you walk around in is like your hideout in Tarkov. Instead of having a trader screen, the trader characters are all going to be scattered around your camp. All of these characters so far have voice actors too, which is actually a really nice change from just reading screens all day. Although in my opinion, I do think sometimes they just say way too much and the dialogue should be dialed back by like 75%. Anyways, let's go meet them. Dew is the lady who will primarily push the story along for you. Speak with her to get some new tasks, direction, and she's also going to do a lot of exposition dumps that she'll present to you exactly the same way that Matthew McConaughey speaks.
This place is like somebody's memory of a town, and the memory's fading.
Just want you to stop saying odd shit, like you smell a psychosphere or you're in someone's faded memory of a town. Just stop.
Well, given how long it's taken for me to reconcile my nature, I can't figure I'd forgo it on your account, Marty.
You get any sleep last night?
I don't sleep. I just dream.
Next, you have Kazaro, who is your one-stop shop for equipment, like going to Peacekeeper, Prapor, etc. Then you have Pip, who runs the auction. The auction is virtually identical to the flea market. You can buy and sell items and gear that you find in raids to and from other players. Next to Pip, you have Twig, who is part of your scavenger squad, which is basically the same thing as running the cultist circle or paying to send scavs out from your hideout. Then you have the training grounds, which is just like the gun range. Next to that, you have this perma-depressed guy named Dram, who can repair your gear, make you new equipment, or add enhancements to your gear, sort of like in Diablo. Seriously though, talking to this guy is wicked depressing. Somebody needs to give this guy some love. And then you have Sigrid, the tavern wench. I mean the owner and operator of the #1 tavern in all of Weavereach. As you can see, she clearly was not designed by 343 Studios. Speak with her to craft different types of wine that will give you buffs for your next raid. You can mix and match these however you want. Then of course, you have your warehouse, which is literally the same thing as your stash. Now while we're looking at the screen, I'd like to draw your attention to the tabs at the top. The Prepare tab is where you can quickly and efficiently customize your loadout. Select the option that you want to add gear to, and then you can choose from options currently in your warehouse that you own or that are for sale in the auction house. This is very quick and very efficient. Over on the left, you can see how the game currently divides up gear into separate tiers by color, like green, blue, purple, gold, etc. This gear classification is very similar to games like Apex Legends or Delta Force, and so you can easily tell if something is valuable or not while you're in a raid. More on this classification though, this is very important. We'll talk about it in depth later though. The next tab is your skills tab, where you can get some greater control over how you're going to fight. Talents is another way that you can customize your character. These are basically passive buffs. And then if you click the camp tab, you can see all of the different modules you have to work with. These can all be upgraded by acquiring items that you find in your raids, or you can just purchase them in the auction house. I'm a very task-oriented person, so I really enjoy this feature. I like going into raids and finding things that I need to upgrade my personal camp. That's fun for me. And then of course you have the task tab, which is self-explanatory. And then lastly is the mall tab, where you can spend real life money to purchase cosmetics. I haven't seen anything in this game where you spend real money and then gain an actual PvP advantage, and that's very important to me. I don't mind the ability for people to buy cosmetics they like. The devs gotta eat too. Alright, so now let's quickly discuss the gameplay loop. In Tarkov, you equip your PMC with gear, choose your map, and then enter a raid. If you die there, you lose everything unless it was insured and not picked up by another player. You also have the option to run as a player scav if you're low on gear and need a free kit. In Mistfall Hunter, you equip your character with gear from the warehouse, and then you head to this boat to explore. This is literally the same thing as entering a raid. You're going to select the map you want to play, and then you load into it. Know that if you die in the raid, there is no insurance system in Mistfall. You lose everything if you go down to a player. Also, if you're low on gear, you can equip a kit from your combat bag. This is essentially your free kit as if you were doing a scav raid, except you still use your same character. Now once you're in a raid, you will have spawned in at any number of random spots. This is where Mistfall shines and has some really nice quality of life features that make it more accessible to new players of the genre. Just press M to open up the map and find where you are to get your bearings. Important points of interest, quests, boss locations, and extracts are all going to be marked on the map for you. You can even drop waypoints on there like in Arc Raiders to navigate the world more efficiently. All throughout the world, there's going to be AI enemies sprinkled around that you can engage. There's going to be a mix of both normal and elite enemies. The loot on the map is usually easily identifiable, as any searchable container all seem to be glowing. And then enemy players will be scattered around the map, so you need to be careful while you're moving around. I have found the easiest way to tell if an enemy player is nearby is you'll either hear them engage in some sort of combat, or you can just hear their footsteps. Footsteps in this game are very loud. Also, just FYI, there can be anywhere between 2 and 15 other players on the map, so keep that in mind as you're moving around. Now, I'm not going to get too deep into what is the meta or anything like that, because honestly, I have no idea what that is right now. I think trust is important, and I only ever make gear guides or PvP guides on topics that I actually have a lot of experience in, and Mistfall Hunter is just way too new to me to speak to that right now. What I can do, however, is discuss why I like the PvP in Mistfall so much, and how it hits the same notes that make the PvP in Tarkov so appealing to me. First of all, there are skill shots. Sort of like if you ever played Smite back in the day. In Tarkov, one of the things I like a lot is that the playing field is relatively level so long as you're able to actually hit your shots. It doesn't matter if someone's running tier 6 armor and has a meta HK. If their face is unprotected and you land a shot with a basic TT pistol, they're gonna go down. In Mistfall Hunter, I haven't seen the ability to one-shot anybody just yet, but you do get a significant damage boost for landing headshots with your skills, which requires you to aim. Now, while the game does not have skill-based matchmaking, which is a good thing, it does prevent players equipped with endgame gear from entering into lobby and just steamrolling all the noobs and timmies running around. Look here, in order to play Hollow Grove on normal difficulty, you can only bring gear that is rated lower than excellent quality. That means everybody else is running around with green gear or worse. Now compare that to the Branderguard map. On Branderguard, you can bring any gear that's up to the epic quality. Now while this isn't a pure free-for-all in terms of Timmies and Chads running around, Timmies with their delicate, almost newborn-like innocence, and then the Chads whose wrath is untethered and their rage knows no bounds, it does restrict the playing field so that the player who usually wins fights was either more skilled or actually outsmarted their opponent. This is a very good thing because there's no true one-shot headshot capability in Mistfall. Since you can't just one-shot people with a well-placed round, the gear disparity plays a larger role in Mistfall than it does in Tarkov, and I think this is a good solution to that problem. Now, just like in Tarkov, if you die in a raid to a player in Mistfall, you're gonna lose all your gear. Currently, there's no insurance system in place, and you're gonna head straight back to your camp empty-handed, except for the equipment that was inside of your key pouch and your secure pouch. Know that if you die to an AI, however, you do get one chance to run back to your body and continue the raid. Now, if you're new to the extraction genre, you're probably wondering, how do you exit the raid? How do you get out? Well, when you're fully looted, you completed your tasks, and you're ready to head out, you just need to head to one of the extraction markers that are on the map. Once you get there, just activate it. You gotta fight this little bell guard guy, and then the game is gonna make you ring like 1,000 bells so that all the players around you can hear you, and then you finally extract. It's actually a pretty fun and engaging system. Well, anyways, guys, that's it for me. I rate Mistfall Hunter very highly. I'd probably give it like an 8 out of 10 right now if I had to give it a rating. The graphics are great. The PvP is really fun, and there's plenty of stuff to do to keep you engaged. I'm very curious though to hear how you guys are liking Mistfall so far. Have you tried it? Are you going to try it after watching this video? If you've been playing it for a long time, how do you like the game so far? And of course, is there anything you don't like about it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you liked the video, definitely smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you're looking to find squad mates to run raids with in either Tarkov or Mistfall, feel free to hop in our Discord. There are hundreds of really cool and really weird people in there. It's a really great time. You're going to love it. A link to the Discord is in the description. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. I'm Ghost, and I'll see you in the next raid.